Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you right now is going to start your Friday off in the best possible way. Kamala Harris just threatened that anybody who goes into her house is going to get shot. Now, this is going to dismay many a gun controller, and I'm pretty sure for some reason that Giffords.org and Everytown for Gun Safety aren't going to come out and call her a psychopathic, gun-toting murderer. I don't know, it's just something in the future. I'm going to show you everything right now, and the hypocrisy is dripping on this one, so please, make sure I hear you in the comments field. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We're going to dive into Kamala Harris this morning. That was a bad way to deliver that. We're going to start to look at something that she said on camera. All right, so I would be remiss, as your host of freedom this fine morning, not to go right into the good stuff. So as you can see here in The Hill, and this is a big piece in a second, Harris tells Oprah, if somebody breaks into my house, they're getting shot. Not making this stuff up. All right, let me show you the short little segment, and then we're gonna dive into it, because there's a lot to break down.
I think for far too long on the issue of gun violence, some people have been pushing a really false choice to suggest you're either in favor of the Second Amendment or you want to take everyone's guns away. I'm in favor of the Second Amendment, and I'm in favor of assault weapons bans, universal background checks, red flag laws. And these are just common sense. These are just common
I
sense.
was so powerful at the convention when you said you have guns. No, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a
did not
gun.
know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in my
powerful.
house, they're getting shot. Sorry.
Yes. I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
My staff will deal with that later.
But
I had to leave the cackle in there just for effect. Somebody breaks into my house, they're getting shot. Ugh, I probably shouldn't have said that. That's okay, my staff will deal with that later. Oh, her staff's dealing with it. Allow me to show you how her staff is dealing with it. The Hill, they're covering it. USA Today, they're covering it. And CNN, all covering it. Really weird how their staff, and of course we call it the media, is covering this. But now let me just get you into a few things, and I'll show you what the verbiage is here, because some of this stuff is going to blow your mind. Now, of course, the underlying theme that we always notice, the deeper-seated underlying principle here, when the media covers something in unanimity from 3 to 4 different sources, all favoring the Democrat, that means they done goofed. Okay? Now, check this out. Let me get you into some of these highlighted points because it's just, her staff's working on it all right. Vice President Harris said that if someone were to break into her house, they would get shot while talking to Oprah Winfrey about hot-button issues during the Thursday night campaign event. This was last night. I've already shown it to you. You don't need to hear me say her words again. Her comments came in response to when Winfrey brought up the fact that she's a gun owner. The vice president has publicly said that she is a gun owner, and she mentioned it again during the debate last week against former President Trump. Now, the main reason that she's bringing this out is she's trying to appeal to the middle America in the swing states of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. They have guns. They have a very conservative culture around guns. They're very pro-2A, so they are trying to basically aligned to that point with one of the most disingenuous people on the planet. But don't worry, guys. If Trump had said, someone comes into my house, they're getting shot, and then laughed about it, all the talking points would be from Everytown for Gun Safety, Giffords.org, March for Our Lives, all the gun control groups. They'd be screaming from the rooftops how callous Trump was, joking about people getting shot. Guns are the #1 cause of death for all children in America, which is a lie. All the talking points would be spewing. It would be the new network circuit. That's exactly what would be happening. But because it's Kamala Harris making a joke with her hands up, doing her little cackle laugh, yeah, it's perfectly fine, guys. It's perfectly fine. In fact, let me show you what Harry Sisson, a well-known Democrat Paige Schill, said. Wow! With 3 exclamation points. Kamala Harris just laid down the law and then said the same quote. Wait a minute. I was under the impression that any Democratic activist would say that how could you be that callous about someone's death or being shooting or violence or all these things? They're a violent person. I'm pretty sure that's the way they would go. But it's okay because it's Kamala Harris, and even the simp for the Democrats, Harry Sisson, knows that they've done goofed, which is why he's hitting it and trying to reframe it from laying down the law. Okay, Harry, let's just go back to sucking at the teat of the Democrat Party through Act Blue. Anyway, let's go to the next one here. USA Today. Same concept, same topics. Let me dive into this. Vice President Kamala Harris said Thursday that any intruder who breaks into her house is getting shot. Same intro. A comment that seemed to be made in jest during an interview with Oprah Winfrey. You see how that joke is offered as an excuse for her behavior? See that? It seemed to be in jest. Really? I'm going to be a dictator on day one. Also in jest. Nope, he meant it. Dictator! Guys, it's so pathetic. Let's continue. Winfrey, while hosting the star-studded live stream town hall with the Democratic nominee, told Harris in an interview that she was surprised to hear during the last debate that she was a gun owner. This whole thing about, oh my goodness, this is a great thing. Let's tell you more about your background. Let's draw you to the people. You're a gun owner. They're gun owners. Oh my gosh, we're so alike. Even though you're literally a communist tyrant in California who said they're going to jump into people's homes behind their locked doors and inspect their affairs. On video. All right. Now let's jump over to CNN. Remember how I just said that same verbiage? Let's follow the path. Kamala Harris is a gun owner. Here is what we know. Adding it as intrigue, as this, oh my goodness, character development. She's a gun owner too. Do you see what's happening, guys? You got the propagandist Harry Sisson trying to reframe it as she laid down the law. You've got The Hill, USA Today, and CNN all the same morning dropping exposés and articles about how amazing it is that she's just like you and she owns a gun. And oh my God, a point of intrigue. It's pathetic. But speaking of pathetic, let's continue. I saved the best for last because I love to treat you guys right. Here we go. We've talked about the whole thing where she is. That's the whole point here. What she was doing Thursday night. Oprah Winfrey. Great. Cool. Listen to this part. Harris's gun, which one source described as a pistol that could fit into a small purse, is securely stored inside her home in Los Angeles, an aide to the vice president told CNN. By the way, she doesn't live there. Just want to throw that out there. Harris had mentioned owning a firearm in 2019 during her unsuccessful presidential campaign. That gun, the aide said, is the same one she owns now. As vice president, Harris has mainly resided in Washington at the Naval Observatory, where she does not keep a second firearm. Well, isn't that weird that she has a gun in a different location, not on her person, and she's out there pushing for red flag laws and responsible gun ownership? I just want to throw that out there, guys. It seems to be a bit of an oversight. Anyway, not the whole point. Just speaking to the hypocrisy. Here we go. Here comes the excuse language from CNN. Many prosecutors have personally been responsible for putting away very serious violent criminals. And unlike the cops who arrest them, prosecutors don't necessarily have a job-issued firearm, the associate said. So it's not uncommon for prosecutors to have protection at home. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was under the impression that guns were a problem. And why do you need guns if you have a police force that's going to protect you? Why would you need to take that extra step? Oh, because she's special. She's a prosecutor. She's not like you. Just letting you guys know. Let's continue. Harris's office declined to share what year she first became a gun owner or any other details about the firearm or ownership of it. The Harris campaign declined to comment for the story. They are distancing on this one hard. And the final piece, this is what I wanted to hit on, and this is where we're going to dive in real tight. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Boom. One advisor to Harris's campaign could not recall the vice president, an outspoken proponent of gun safety measures, including an assault weapons ban, practicing scripted lines about her gun ownership prior to her debate with Trump, but the advisor told CNN that the biographical detail was, quote, a good way for her to highlight that she respects the Second Amendment, one of the most contentious issues in American politics. Guys, if you believe that this woman respects the Second Amendment, I've got something expensive to sell you somewhere you don't need it. Probably a bridge. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll send you the details. But holy crap, they are running away from this in extreme speed. Now, what I think happened here, and this is just my own personal analysis, my own personal expectation, I think that she was not practiced and prepped to say that line at the debate around her being a gun owner, because it brings up a problem with her far left base. How can you be for gun safety but you own guns? How can you buy a gun, a product of the gun lobby, the ones that are driving all of the gun violence in America? How can you support that? That's what will happen on the left, on the gun control side. You don't hear Every Town for Gun Safety, Givers.org, March for Our Lives, or Brady United talking about any of that. For some reason, they aren't tweeting up a storm about how violent the rhetoric is, and she's ramping up the pressure with this little, I'm going to shoot some people if they break into my house. It's kind of weird, guys, when you look at what's happening. I'm pretty sure she flubbed up, and now she has to double down on it, on an area of politics that is uncomfortable for a leftist, far-left progressive. This is the thing. Politically analyzing this, just from a political standpoint, if she says something like this, that she's going to shoot somebody if they break into their house, that's going to turn off the far left. That's going to turn off the left in general. Democrats are going to have a problem with that. The independents aren't really going to care, and the rights, like I said in the short that I did on this, are going to say read between the lines. I don't care what you say. So literally, this is only risk for Kamala Harris, which is why she's trying to get out there. And every time she gets out there and addresses it, she's messing up by saying, you're going to get shot. Guys, this is a thing. Gun control from Kamala Harris is actually turning out to be quite the point of contention for her campaign. And I think it's only going to get more once the Trump campaign starts getting this more and more in all the swing states. But that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.